Well, I started painting when I was a little kid because my mom did, and she wasn't a pro or anything, but she took art lessons all the time, and that was her thing, kind of. So that got me into painting. My original paintings are not for sale. I want to keep them. I don't have that many where I could just start selling them. And luckily I don't need the money to have to sell them. So, but the idea of making prints and selling those for charity, I think, is a great idea because it's not only good for the charities, but it gets my paintings out and to be seen more. Well, my first experience with doing charity work was about 8 years ago. My friend and painter, Scott Medlock, he knew, he was friends with the Tillman family, Pat Tillman family, and when Pat Tillman died overseas, his family started a foundation to get funding for school for the children of fallen veterans, which I thought was pretty cool. So Scott and I decided to hold a golf tournament and try to raise some money for them, and that was about 8 years ago. So we did that for a couple of years, and we did pretty well. Every year it got a little better for about 3 years, and then about 5 years ago, a friend of ours, Patrick Warburton, who's an actor, he was doing an event for St. Jude's Children's Hospital, and so we started to learn more about that, and ever since we've been doing an event ourselves for the St. Jude's Hospital. Musically, when I was a kid, my dad had all these great records, like 78 records, 45s, 33s, and he had these blues records, which I had never heard that before, but I knew I liked it, and he had some flamenco records too. So that was my first influence. And then when I went to school, I went to a private school for a while up in Menlo Park. And there were some kids from back east, and they were exposed to stuff that we never heard out here, like jug band music, ragtime, folk music, stuff like that, which really opened my eyes to whole different styles of music. And as far as painting, I always liked Van Gogh. I guess my mom liked him too, so she showed me all the Van Gogh stuff. Okay, so as far as painting goes, my mom turned me on to Van Gogh, and so I really liked him, and I still do. I just was in St. Petersburg, Russia Museum, and saw some Van Goghs that I've never seen before. They're not even in the magazine. And from there I kind of got into the more abstract guys, like Jackson Pollock and Rousseau. I loved him, Dali, all that stuff. So, I would consider myself more of an abstract painter.